This is the Ball Trainmaster Worldtime chronograph. It runs the Ball automatic caliber BR1502, which is basically the ETA 7750 movement. Ball just put their bits on top of it. It has 15 micro self-powered gas tubes, which is something Ball is quite well known for. Some people say a gimmick. I would have to agree. They have these gas tubes which you can just about see. I'll do some close-ups later. They provide a long life illuminous. You don't need to recharge it. They're constantly on, and they're supposed to be 100 times brighter than normal luminous paint, and I have to say I'm not too sure about that. When I first got this watch, or a Ball watch, I actually sent it back because the luminous was just dreadful. I was expecting something a lot better and a lot brighter. A lot of the photographs that you see online for Ball watches, what they do is they take photographs using black light, which makes the gas tubes seem a lot brighter. I've had this on a bedside cabinet next to another one of my watches, and it must have been maybe 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and it wasn't any brighter than something which has normal lume. I guess the only benefit of this is that you don't have to charge it; it stays. It's supposed to have a life span of 25 years. After that, I assume you'll have to go back to Ball and have them replaced. So, yeah. It has inner bezel. You can just see there. That's a world timer. You've got 24 different cities all around the world. Again, I'll do a close-up a little bit later and show you how that works. The bezel rotates automatically with the time, so you just look straight at it and you can see what time it is in anywhere in the world. For example, now it's 10:30 here in England, so it says London 10:30. If you look here at Dubai, it says 2:30, and so on and so on. If you look around it, the white indicates it's daytime in that city, and the black section indicates it's nighttime. As you can just see there, there's a moon there, and here there's a little sun. A really handy thing to have if you're traveling, or if you've got a lot of people that you want to keep in touch with in different cities. You can just look at it straight away, and it's very easy to use. Instead of a GMT, which will just show you one time zone, this obviously has got 24, so it's much better. It's got a chronograph. You've got the subdials there. You've got the constant running of the second hand. This is the minute hand, and just below there you've got the hour hand. One thing I must say that they could have done is made the subdials bigger. They're very small and quite hard to read at times. It's 42 millimeters wide, which is quite a big watch, and it's 13 millimeters in depth. It's got an anti-reflective sapphire crystal, which is not domed. It's quite flat, but they've got this sort of domed bit here. There isn't a logo on the crown, which is quite unusual. And on the back, they've got a see-through back. Let's see if I can focus on it. There we go. And it's got the logo again, RR, which stands for Railroad. Now the 775 movement is not really that pretty, so I don't really know why they've done that. It's not really something that you need to look at. But I guess it's better than having just nothing there at all. And it came on a 20. Actually, I believe it's a 23 millimeter lungs. I'll have to check on that. Oh, actually, no, it's a 21 millimeter lung. I've got the strap here. It originally came on this crocodile. Let's see if it focuses. Crocodile deployant strap, and you can just see there it says 21mm. Again, very annoying. They do it deliberately, so you have to buy straps from them, and it's got the Ball RR logo on there. It's a nice strap, nice buckle. I've taken it off at the moment to put it on a different strap and buckle. I haven't even used it, as you can see. It's brand new. I've got other crocodile straps which are just as good, so I don't really see the point of using Ball's own. When I come to sell it, I can put this back onto it and it'll be a brand new strap. I think if I buy this from Ball, it would probably cost me over £100, so I think it's just as well worth keeping it in brand new condition. Same with the deployant buckle. I've put it on this carbon look strap with the deployant, so it's similar to the one that's on there, but it doesn't have the buttons. But other than that, it's the same. Okay, let's have a look a bit closer at the dial now. You can see it a lot clearer. So you can see all the world cities around. Now to set, you unscrew the crown. And the first one, that's just to wind it. And then if you pull it out again, one click, that will set the date. So you got Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, so on. And then if you do it the other way, you can set the date. If you pull it out again, there we go, that sets the time. Now you can see as the time is moving, the inner bezel is also going round. There you go, so 12 o'clock midday London and 12 o'clock midday London. So if you want to know what time it is in Hong Kong, so you look straight away there, it's 8 o'clock. Sydney, 10 o'clock. And again, I was saying before, the white represents daytime and the black is nighttime. So it's a really handy thing to have if you're traveling a lot. I find it really useful because I have a lot of friends overseas, and if I want to call them, it's quite easy to just look at this and know what time it is. And also when you're traveling, you know exactly where you are when it comes to the city you're in. You can reset the time, the inner bezel, by rotating it the other way. This sets the time. So for example, you want to set the time for London is going to be, say, 8 o'clock. You know the time in London is 8 o'clock. So you set it there and you're in another city, so you then move it, leave that at 8 and then move it around to whatever time you are in whatever city you are. So say it's 1 o'clock. And then just push it back in. Now one thing that I've seen on all of these watches is, if you notice, when I set it exactly at 8 o'clock and then I moved it the other way, it changed. So let's set it at 21 exactly. Now if I move it the other way, you see there's a little bit of a give. So what you've got to do is actually set it there and then turn it back, and then it sets it at the exact time. Now the first watch I had did the exact same thing, and apparently the other ones do the same, so there's a bit of a give. So if you're ever setting the time on one of these things, you've actually got to set it a little bit past, say quarter past, and then go back, and then it will stop at the exact time. See, so it's 23. Okay, and then the other function, let's screw this back in. To set the chronograph or start the chronograph, it's very simple. Push this and it sets it. and then to stop it, the same one. There's a nice click to it. Now, obviously it's running the 775 movement, which a lot of manufacturers use, and it's a great movement, very robust. It's not going to break down. They're super accurate and strong. They take a real beating. I've got other watches with the same movement in there, and they just run all day long. It does have a bit of a wobble when you wear these watches, the 775 movement, so you can feel it on your wrist when the rotor's running round. But you soon get used to that. I remember when I first wore one with this movement in, it felt very strange, but I got used to it fairly quick. Now you can just see, I'll use this, see that's the gas tube there, and there, and you've got one just there, and there. I'll turn off the lights and see if it makes, but it's not too dark, and see if you'll be able to see what the tubes are. There's one long one there. But like I said before, I wasn't too impressed. Now, because these are very small tubes, that is a factor, so you don't get very bright light. So if you're buying one of these watches and you're expecting it to be really bright, you need to buy the ones, which really the dive ones, which have literally 3 times the size of this one. They'll glow really brightly apparently, but again, if you look on the photographs in the Ball website, they look fantastic, and the majority of the forums, when you see the photographs of the watches, they look spectacular at night time. But again, because they're using the black light, it just makes them shine a lot brighter than they actually are. But let's see if it will make a difference when I turn off the light. No, as you can see, it hasn't made much difference because it's still fairly light here. I'll try and do some shots of it at night time. Oops, I keep knocking the tripod. Okay, so it's later in the evening now, so I thought I'd try a loom shot, see what it looks like. It's fairly dark outside now. I'm comparing it next to a Hamilton, which runs the same 7750 movement, and they're about the same size. So let's see what they look like with the light off. There you go. Now, of course the Hamilton's been charged, so I would expect it to fade, but I mean, look at the Ball. You can just about make it out, but the Hamilton hands, you can see very clearly. That'll fade throughout the night, and probably within about 3-4 hours it will fade down to what the Ball is now. So these gas tubes, I'm not too sure. So thank you for watching, and if you like it, please subscribe and thumbs up. Thank you.